Hello everyone. Well, today is a little different because this video is in response to a comment from a subscriber, Pam. Hi Pam. Because she really liked these tabs I made, and she was wondering where to find these. Um, Unfortunately, these are vintage. This is metal, it's old school. It belongs in one of those metal drawers, maybe for like an old auto shop, or some kind of factory files or something like that. So maybe even the army, because it's army green, so it could have been an army issue thing. But it is a kind of a cool tab, right? And it made cool little dividers. And here you see I've already put some on the side and kept some on the top, so I just move them around as I go. And the reason I did that, sorry, I'm wandering here, is because when I write, I don't want it in my way. So I just kind of move it down and then write. See, there's my first one under my YouTube ideas. Making tabs the metal look, which is this. Yeah, I'm using it. But anyways, so, but Pam wanted something like this and she was looking for it. And so I thought, you know what? Let's try to mimic this. Let's try to make our own out of paper. And I love doing that. As you see in these backgrounds, I'm copying someone else, and he's using different supplies, etc. And so I'm just mimicking him using what I have, and I just love that kind of a challenge. Is making something, like being inspired by something else, and then making it with what you have. And especially if you're mimicking like metal or leather, and you're using paper. So yeah, so today we're doing this, and what I did was I took, and if you notice, it's kind of probably still has the ink because it won't, yeah, well, it won't dry on this thing because it's metal. But I inked it. I inked this, and then I stamped it onto a piece of scrap paper like this. Unfortunately, I did it on scrap paper, so it had this gel print or spray stuff already on it. This is from the ink, and I should have used blank paper, because now it came out like this, with that on there already. But the reasoning is because I thought I would be able to open it up in one of my, like Paint, or one of the art apps that you have where you can do art and stuff on. And I thought I could clean it up. But the way I saved this was on my laser printer, so it's saved as a PDF, and I can't change the PDF to JPEG, so that I can open it up in one of my art apps. And there's probably a way, I just haven't figured it out yet. But for now, what I did was I just stamped this onto the paper, and the paper was folded in half like that. So I went to the edge of the fold and I stamped it like that. And then I cut it out, and then I unfolded it, and I got the whole tab hinge. Okay. Then I took this and I went to my laser printer, and I did the copy. So I copied one, fed the paper back in, slid it over, copied two, slid it over, copied three, slid it down, and I did that this 6 times to get this sheet. Okay. Or maybe this one. Are these both the same size? Yeah. So, but to get the original sheet, I think it was this one, because it looks pretty, like it's gone through the ringer a few times. So then I got this, and I thought, oh, cool. I got what I need, and now I'm gonna save it onto my tablet and clean it up and do whatever. Because I also wanted to straighten it out so you could just fold it in half and then just cut one half and have the other half there. You know what I'm saying? But I saved it onto my fax machine. Only saves PDF, so it's a PDF file. But I didn't want to give up, so I figured, well, that's okay. It's a PDF file. So I printed the PDF file out onto cardstock. Okay, and I got these. Now these are a little bit smaller because I accidentally printed it at A4 instead of letter size. So if you want this PDF and I email it to you, print it on letter size to get the same size. Otherwise, it's just a tiny bit smaller, which will work also. It's just that it's a little bit smaller. So I did that. I had a whole sheet, and then I started working on it, trying to figure out, okay, how is the best way to do this? So the best way, if you decide you want, because I'll send you this PDF file. You just email me, put tabs in the subject, and then I'll send you the PDF file so you can do this at home. So where's my scissors? So once I printed it, I had cut one out, right? And then instead of, I cut two out. Actually, I cut one out. And then let's say this was the other one I cut out. Then I cut it in half. And then I punch the holes just using a hole puncher, right? And you see this one's the messed up side. All right, let's use this side. And then I just punch the holes where those would be. And then for this one, I have this other hole punch. It's a little bit bigger than a regular hole punch. If you don't have that, you could probably use the regular hole punch, but you just have to use your scissors a little bit more around the edge too. But I just use this, cut one side of that, and then cut the other side of that, and then use your. I have some little scissors around here, and then use your scissors just to make those two circles meet like that, and then like that, right? So that's how you do the holes inside the sheet. But the reason I'm doing only one side is because I'll use this as a pattern, okay? Because once you cut out one, let's do this one. All right, so what I do is I kind of mark the halfway spot, and I think, yeah, like that, and like that. And then I just fold it, right? And then you just pick a side. Let's pick this side. It looks a little bit cleaner. And then just cut it. And then you're just cutting it around, and don't punch out the holes yet, because you're going to paint it first, whatever color you want. So we go like that. And we go like that. All right. So then we have a tab. And the back may not, see how it doesn't match up? That's okay, because you're going to paint over it. So then you paint it whatever color you want. I'm going to move these out of the way. And I did that with, I used olive green, okay, and I painted it solid with, and then once you paint it, you might not be able to see where the holes are. And then that's where your pattern comes into play, because then you would take it, put it over it, and then punch your holes, because now you have this to see where the holes should be. In case you, like, say you want to paint it black or red, something that's going to cover up the original image. Like on here, I could barely see where the holes were. I could kind of see them, but barely. So you want to just have one of these just in case. All right, so then once I painted it, I also did put a layer of, I painted it the olive color twice just to get a nice thick layer. And then I also distressed it with a little bit of brown ink, just kind of distressed it around the edges and everything like that. Don't mind that side. And then I used a glossy Mod Podge is your easiest way to make it shiny. But you can use crackle glaze, as long as it's transparent. You can use any type of gloss varnish if you have that. You can use embossing, a clear embossing powder, just kind of wet the whole thing and then just put embossing powder on it, all of that stuff. The embossing powder, I would probably put the holes in first and then do the embossing. But everything else, you could do it while it's solid, right? Then, while it's solid, then you fold it back in half, put on your pattern, cut out your holes, and then you have this. All right. Now I made the mistake of gluing after I had this. I put it together and I glued it, forgetting that I had to glue it. I have to put it. So don't glue it yet, because you have to find this piece. So this, I would just recommend using whatever cardstock you have, something a little bit thicker, but not too thick. Because I feel like the less weight is better. Okay. But you do kind of want a little bit strength on this part, because this is where your paper clip is going to be glued to the backside. So once you find what you're going to do, then you can glue just not the top portion, just the bottom portion, like that. because you're going to have to still slide your tag in here to say what it is. Okay. I hope I'm making sense. If not, just ask questions below, and then. But if you're going to do it that way too, I recommend. This is only white because I tore it. I had to tear it back open because I accidentally glued it together. But before I had glued it together, I used the brown ink pad and I colored it all so you wouldn't see white in there. It was all colored, but you could paint it too. You could paint it like a dark color, black or brown. And then when you fold it, you won't see the white. It'll be whatever color, even the olive color. All right, now another option you have, once you have it on your substrate that you're gonna glue it to, say you have it glued down, then you would go through. I should probably use something because it's going to be too hard for me to hole punch. But you would go through, do your hole punches, right? The 3. It's already glued down, and then you can also add brads, all right, to give it kind of a nice look. This one won't fit in there, but just imagine this on here with some brads, or not brads. Sorry, eyelets, right? Eyelets. I'm just going to try to give you the visual. So then, once you have it on there like that, and the holes are punched, you can also add these. All right. Wow, that really shows off how crooked I punched those holes. That's all right. They see that? Oh, this way. All right. So, but the possibilities are endless. You can, because this way you can paint it whatever color you want. In fact, I'll probably make me some more of these for future journals. But yeah, just paint it, acrylics, a couple layers to make it more solid, and then distress it if you'd like with some ink. And then you also, I would distress it after you punch the holes too, so that you can get like around the edges of the holes. But you know, you want to get around the edges too, like that. Like I said, mine's only white because I had to tear it back apart. But yeah, does that seem pretty cool to you guys? Let it go in there like that? I think so. So today, I'm just letting you know that I have a PDF file. Unfortunately, it's not JPEG, so I can't clean it up, and you can't clean it up unless you're savvy and you can take my PDF file and clean it up on your computer. That's awesome. Do whatever you want with it. I don't mind. So if you're interested in having that PDF file so that you can use some tabs like this, then just email me. All right, I'll have my email in the description, but it's also on my channel page. Email me and put tabs in the subject line, and then I will email you back the PDF file, and then you can do whatever you want with it. Then also, if you don't have Instagram to post, if you're not on Instagram, then you can just maybe email me pics of what you do, and then I can share them like on a video. I can share what other people are doing with their tabs, if you don't mind. If you're shy and you don't want to, then you just let me know you don't want to share. That's fine. I'm not putting any pressure on anybody, but I just like to see, I like to see other people's creativity. So yeah, so that's today's video. I'm just sharing these tabs, and I hope they work out for you, and I hope you guys want them. Yes, I did this video for Pam, and I hope she wants the PDF. If not, that's okay. That's okay, because I'm gonna use it. But anyone, just email me, put tabs in the subject, and I will email you that PDF, and then you can do with it whatever you want. Okay? All right. Thanks for joining me here today, and I look forward to seeing someone maybe doing something with the tabs. All right. Tschüss.